How are you doing? Are you missing me? Oh, you're surprised I got right to the point. Well, answer the question. Do you miss me? Your answer better be too much. Now, today I want to talk to you about something very, very interesting. But before I proceed, I want to make sure that you hear something very carefully from me. You guys like to listen to my voice instead of fully listening to all my words. So what I am requesting of you is to consider the possibilities of what you may learn or experience by listening fully to my words along with my voice. What do you think about that? Can you do both? Will you do both? Well, I'm asking you to consider the possibilities if you do so. So I'm making this polite request to listen to my words very carefully along with my voice. Do you think you can do that? I think you can. So if I think you can, you definitely know that you can, right? Okay, so now that we agree that you're going to listen to all of my words along with my voice and pay very close attention, I am going to proceed forward. So what I want to know is, what can I do for you? Yes, that's what I said. What can I do for you? You're confused. Yes, I'm getting you confused very, very early. What can I do for you? You don't know how to answer that, do you? Most people don't. Now, why is that? I'm asking you, what can I do for you? What do you want? What do you need? You don't get asked that question a lot now, do you? And that, I find that to be the most curious thing. I ask you, what can I do for you? What do you want? What do you need? And you don't know how to answer me. You're stumbling. How can you stumble off of words that's so loving and so giving? I'm going to ask you again. What can I do for you? What do you need? What do you want? You see, someone asks those questions when they need you and only you. Now listen very carefully to what I said. You guys are confused by the fact that I asked you, what can I do for you? What do you need? What do you want? We typically hear those words when we are in some luxurious business establishment, when we're paying for a service. But how often, some of you probably never, do you hear the words, what can I do for you? It's very direct, isn't it? It's to the point. It puts you on the spot now, doesn't it? Because someone will only ask that to you when that person needs you and only you. Now, what do you think about that? You see, a person will say those words to you because you fulfill them and they want to do for you as you have and are doing for them. Confused some more. Let's slow this down. What can I do for you? What do you need? And what do you want? I am asking you that because you are very fulfilling to me. And in return, I want to work for you, to fulfill you also. Now, who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want someone that treasures you so much outside of all of your possessions and your accomplishments, your stature and everything else? A person just wants you and only you and need you and only you. And your sheer presence is so fulfilling that they are asking you, what can I do for you? Now, how many of you are in relationships like that? Now you think I'm crazy. I am crazy. That's already been proven and established. And I'm so crazy, I can't even be certified crazy. So now that we got that out of the way, while you are doing distractions and you're deflecting and projecting and doing all that. I want to know, what can I do for you? Imagine the possibilities that are available to you, the options, what it could be like, what it is like. What can I do for you? Yes, that takes the focus off of you doing for others, and it puts the focus solely on you. What's wrong with you getting your needs met? And what's wrong with you getting your wants met? And what is wrong with accepting the fact that there is someone who is willing, able, and ready to do so? So what can I do for you? Say it with me. What can I or you do for you? It's something that you need to sit with. Let it resonate. Let it marinate with you. Because if you are not hearing those words, what can I do for you? What do you need? What do you want? Then why are you in a relationship with someone who can't even ask you that? Because what that means, what that truly means, is that they don't value, they don't appreciate you. So the next question you should be asking is, why are they with me then? If they can't appreciate me, solely me, stripped, devoid of all those outside things, and enjoy my very presence, my very soul, my very energy, without all the perks, that sounds to me like you're being used, exploited, taken for granted. Now, why would you want to be in a relationship with that? So I'm asking you again, what can I do for you? And if someone asks you, what can they do for you? Are you ready to answer? You better be ready to answer, because questions like that won't get asked very often, because it takes a rare, special breed kind of person to ask you, what can I do for you? It doesn't come around very often. It comes around probably once or twice in a lifetime. But for most of y'all, you may be lucky, extra lucky, to get it once in your life. So I'm asking you again, what can I do for you? How can I meet your needs, and how can I fulfill your wants? We should all strive to be in a situation, circumstances like that. Now you're thinking, that's not possible, right? Relationships are full of turmoil, they're full of stress, they're full of drama, they're full of negative surprises. No, that is the relationship you choose to be in. And when you realize that you made a choice and you can choose otherwise, then you open yourself up to considering all these wonderful possibilities. So if you have someone asking you, what can I do for you? What are you going to do? Are you going to stare and look at it in the face like it's some damn three-eyed alien? Or are you going to consider and ponder that, this is something for me to really consider. Here's someone asking me, what can I do for you? And they solely, purely enjoy my presence. My presence is so fulfilling that they are willing, able, and ready to work to fulfill me. Now, I think that's very special. And I'm sure most of you will agree also. But the problem is, a lot of you guys don't believe that it's possible. And I'm telling you it's possible. And of course, if I say it, it must be true, because it motherfucking is true. So I'm asking you again, what can I do for you? Why wouldn't you avail yourself of that? Of someone who with one touch can change your world and your universe. Now, why would you run from that? One touch. And your whole perspective, your whole life, how you see and experiencing things can change for the better. It's like you going from a nightmare to heaven on earth. All from someone who's asking you, what can I do for you? Now, I think that's very potent and very powerful. I think we should all strive to have that. You see, but a lot of us, we settle. We kid ourselves, we trick ourselves, we manipulate our minds to believe that all that we see is all that there is. But you know, and I know that that's not all that there is, because something within you is drawn to something very powerful that is something that you've never known or experienced before. So if you have something very powerful that's opposite, contrasting, distinctly contrasting to what you have right now, then why would you doubt that there's other alternatives? Why would you doubt that there's other possibilities? Why would you doubt that someone can purely, solely enjoy you? That is YOU. See, a number of us, we fail to appreciate the little things. We like the big ticket, the big price tag items. We like the extravagance. We like to be swept off our feet. We like the ooh and the ahs. You see, but the ooh and the ahs, they go away very, very fast, very swiftly. But it's the little things that people overlook that means the most. You see, when someone is doing the little things for you, that means they're listening to you. They're watching you. They're absorbing you. They are attuning and in tune with you. That is YOU. Now, if that person can pick up on the slightest things based upon some things that you said and fulfill that need of yours without you asking, how many other clues do you need? What other proof do you need? Huh? How many hints have to be dropped? How many cues need to be on display for you to get what is being shown? Do you know how difficult it is to do the little things, to decipher someone's needs and wants based on an conversation that had nothing to do with what your needs are? Do you know how difficult it is to dissect that, to pick out the diamonds, the needles in a haystack and say, you know what I think this person needs? I'm going to go do that. It is not an easy skill and is a very treasured skill, but most people cannot appreciate the little things. They don't see the infinite value in the little things. The little things stay with you longer. But unfortunately, the little things are what people overlook. So I'm going to ask you again, what can I do for you? Because if you have someone who's willing, able, and ready to do the littlest things for you, imagine what they can do with just one touch. Imagine. Consider the possibilities. Consider the world that you have known or the world that you have been shown will cease to exist. It will become obsolete. It will become a figment of your imagination, which means you will think that your past or your current present will have never existed, because your new present and your new future will look completely opposite of what you have ever known. And you will only know bliss, happiness, joy, security, fulfillment. So if you have someone who's asking you, what can I do for you? If it was me, I would I would change my radar. I would change my focus faster than the light, or speed of light. I would change it faster than the speed of light. Something for you to think about. Do you know what your needs are? Do you know what your wants are? Because if you have those, that's half the battle. The other part of the equation is all you need is one person to ask you, what can I do for you? And then that equation is solved. So what can I do for you? Because there's always someone here or around the corner that's waiting to ask you that question. But before someone can ask you that question, you have to be ready for that question. And are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? You think you're ready? Possibly ready? Getting there? Maybe never? Always? Well, guess what? You have no choice but to be ready. Be ready. Because if it hasn't been asked, it's going to be asked before you know it. What can I do for you? So for those of you who are single, look very carefully for someone who's asking you that and continuously ask you that, and who does the little things. For those of you who are in relationships, long term, short term, if you're not being asked that question, what can I do for you? Because you fulfill me just by being in my life, just by being in my presence. If you are not being asked that question, I suggest you make a U-turn and get the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah, get the fuck out of Dodge. You're saying, oh, that's hasty. No, that's not motherfucking hasty. What's hasty is your foolishness. Not to realize, not you why you're looking the gift horse in the mouth and you're not availing yourself of the gift horse. Now, why would you do that? You like being miserable? Some of you do. But that's a fool. How much time do you think you have left on the face of this earth to fuck around? How much time do you think you have to achieve peace, happiness, and true love? How much time do you have left? 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? How much time? The point is, none of us know how much time we have left on this earth. So I want to know, why are you fucking around? Why are you wasting time? Time waits for no man, and your happiness is not going to wait for it either. So what can I do for you? What can I do for you? Because the next time we approach, the next time we speak, you should have an answer, because the question has already been asked. What can I do for you? What do you need? What do you want? Because a person asks you that when you are so fulfilling that they want to work, to do the work to fulfill you by doing the littlest things, the medium things, and the big things. Because that is how it works. Give and take. Give and take. Are you going to take? Are you going to receive? What are you going to do? How long can you be confused? How long can you be scared? Do you have an expiration on that? No, you don't have an answer for me, do you? Here's the funny thing is, you don't need to answer me on that question. But the question you need to answer is, what can I do for you? So the next time we cross paths, one way or the other, all of you, some of you, one of you, should be ready to answer that question. Be ready, because it's already been asked. Now, if you're looking for the person that is coming from, that I can't answer for you, but I can guarantee you there's at least one person who knows that this question is directed toward them. What can I do for you? What do you need? And what do you want? Answer those, and then watch your world transform. So if any of you have any questions about what I'm talking about, contact me. But if you're not being asked those simple questions, that means that you are not fulfilling to the person that you are with, and they are not fulfilling to you. So if you are not being fulfilled, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're doing. I'm trying to live my life being satiated, being happy, being full of all that it has to offer. And if you're settling for fucking leftovers, or as I like to say, no overs, which means you're not getting anything in return, you're just passing the motherfucking time and taking up space. What kind of shit is that? Buy a teddy bear for that. You can get a fucking big ass teddy bear with less drama. So if you are not being fulfilled and you have a whole bunch of bullshit and drama in your life, I'm not going to connect those dots for you. You connect the dots. You connect them. Remember this question. Remember these questions. What can I do for you? What do you need that I can give you? What do you want that I can give you? Because when you hear those questions, you should already know that you are very fulfilling to that person who's asking you that. And they want to ensure and guarantee that you are taking the fuck care, you're taking well care of, beyond anything that you could ever imagine. So if you're confused, watch this shit again. If you get it, go find what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you already have it right in front of you, go get that shit. Until the next time.